For our next chart task, we're going to add a new sheet to this file. So click the plus sign to add a new sheet. We're going to name this sheet time. This chart is going to be all about how we spend the hours of our day. So we're going to have 8 categories. And I'm going to paste this, and what you're going to do is you're going to fill in these categories. And if you need to adjust the column widths, remember up between the column headings, if you double click, it will adjust the width. So A1 is the word category, B1 total hours. So we've determined that there are 8 activities in your day. And these total hours are going to need to add up to 24. So on an average day, I want you to estimate what you do, or how much time you spend, rather, at school. I think for most of us, school is 7 hours, unless maybe you're there early or maybe you're there late for other activities. But on a typical day, how much time do you spend at school? On a typical day, how much time do you spend sleeping? I like to spend 8 hours, so I'm going to put 8. I generally go to bed so that I get at least 8 hours. Yours may be different. Eating. How much time do you physically spend eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks? I'd say you probably spend at least an hour a day. What about talking? Say you're at lunchtime, but you're not eating, you're talking with friends. I bet you spend a lot of time talking to people. So estimate what you think you spend. Maybe you spend 3 hours talking to people every day. Maybe you talk to them before school and after school, on the phone, who knows. Traveling. Traveling refers to how you get to places. So I don't need to know if you walk or if you get a ride or if you take the bus, but how much time. I focus on how much time do you spend traveling to school. So if you live really close, it might be a fraction of an hour. It might be 0.25. Say, you walk to school every day and it only takes you 5 minutes. So maybe it's a quarter of an hour. Maybe if you live further away, maybe it takes you like an hour and a half to get to and from school and to and from practice and to and from wherever you go every day. So you're going to have to estimate that. Grooming. Grooming refers to how much time you spend getting ready, showering, doing your hair, doing your makeup, getting dressed, even just picking out your clothes sometimes takes a while. So how much time on average would you say on a typical day you spend grooming? Chores or homework, things that you do at home. How much time do you spend on a typical day? Maybe you spend 3 hours. I don't know. I'm just estimating this. And then screen time. How much time do you spend looking into the screen of a device, whether it be a computer, a cell phone, a tablet, you name it? How much screen time? Now, I understand we use Chromebooks at school. We're not counting that type of screen time. We're talking about your choice of screen time, meaning you're choosing the activity. So I know some of you spend a lot of time. Okay, so here's my estimates. Now what we need to do is we need a sum to see if this adds up to 24. Because that's how many hours there are in a typical day. Oh, I am way over here. So maybe, when I think about it, I don't spend that much time sleeping. Maybe when I think about it, I only spend an hour and a half. So you need to make sure that these totals add up to 24. Okay, because that is how many hours are in a day. So what we're going to do is we're going to format it. We're going to add a border. Notice I'm leaving the total out of it. That is a specific choice. I'm going to do dotted. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill. I'll do a yellow fill and a blue fill. And I'm going to change my font to yellow on this side, my font to blue on this side. Whoa, wrong button. There we go. And then I'm going to change the headings to a bigger font. And if you need to adjust your columns, I think this would look better if I center this information. Okay, so I'm also going to bold these items. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with the way that looks. Now, this did not put the lines in though, so I'm going to choose a yellow for the border. There we go. Okay, so I'm happy with my categories, my total hours. Everything adds up to 24. Okay, now we're ready to make our pie chart. So what I want you to do is I want you to select the data that you want to put in the chart. We're going to select our categories and our time. Notice I did not select the total. And we're going to go to Insert, Chart, and let's see what kind of chart it recommends. Well, it recommended another column chart. We don't want that. We want a pie chart. We want to know how much in 24 hours do we spend with all our various activities. So I'm now going to go to the Customization tab. Title for this, how do I spend my time? And if you want to, you can change the color. Oops, I chose the wrong one. I wanted blue for this one. Okay, legend. Pie charts definitely need a legend because you want to coordinate the colors with the category. So I'm going to scroll down. That looks good. Again, you can change the font. You don't have a whole bunch of options when you're customizing. I'm just going to change it to Comic Sans. If you want to change the background, I'm going to try to choose something that won't match the colors of the pie. And then what do we have here? Border. Let's see what happens when we put a border. Oh, looks pretty good. You want a 3D? Let's make it a 3D pie chart. Okay, so now if you want to customize the different series, say you don't like this color here on sleeping. So you would find that series and maybe I want a brighter red. You can change that. You see how it changes the color in the series? So the next one is school. Maybe I want school to be a bright blue color. You see how it changes it accordingly. And you see I have kind of two green shades. So I'm going to take the talking. I'm going to change the color on that one so that maybe it stands out better. There we go. So here's my pieces of my pie. I'm going to go ahead and insert this chart and take a look at it. Again, it covers my table, so I'm going to put it off to the right. I'm going to make it bigger so it's a little bit easier to see. And at this time, I see my title's not very big. So, okay, I'm going to make the size bigger on my title. And if you need to, on your legend, if you need to make these items bigger. Here we have the percentage of your day. And when you hover your mouse over it, it will tell you specifically what the category is. So I think this looks good. Customize yours according to your choice of colors, your choice of font, etc. But I do want you to have a pie chart. I want it to be a 3D pie chart, and I want it to have a fill in the background and a title. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. This is task 2 is finished.